And not in that particular, but you got to understand that when you're doing business with your family, a lot of times, let's say if your business take off, right? And you the family member that, you got your online business to take off, or you got your business to take off, right? And all of a sudden you put your family on payroll. What's going to end up happening is your family 9 times out of 10, they're trying to come up off of you, right? So they can get their business. They're trying to use your money to get their business to take off. And then once they get enough money from your business, then they don't want to work with you no more, right? You guys got to understand, man, when it comes down to family, a lot of family, they're ungrateful. They're always trying to figure out how can they use you, or use someone, right? You got to understand, man, a prophet is not, he's not accepted in his own city, right? You got to understand that, man. He's not accepted in his own hometown. You got to understand that, right? So when it comes down to your family members, you got to watch out, man. So many different family members, they have brung down businesses because, believe it or not, you got a lot of family members, they're jealous of you. They're jealous of the fact that you the one that, got your business to take off and they couldn't get their business to take off. But this is how a lot of family members is. And it's sad, but it's just the truth, man. A lot of family members, they not at your best interest, right? They want to compete with you, right? They don't want to complete you, right? They don't really want to help you grow and elevate. It's sad, but this is the world that we live in, man. A lot of times the people that are closest to you, they become your worst enemies. And strangers become your family. Your family become your worst enemies and strangers become your family. This how it is in this world, man. No, it's very, very awkward, but it's just the truth. The Bible says you'll come across angels, but really, you'll be entertaining strangers, but really entertaining angels that's unaware. Right? Those are the people that's genuinely supporting you. Right? And ask for nothing in return. But a lot of times your family members, you ask them to support you. They trying to figure out what they can get out of it. Right? They trying to figure out how they can bring you down. They don't want to genuinely support you. So you guys got to understand, man, it's sad, but it's just the truth. Your family members be a lot of times, they be your biggest monitoring spirits. Right? A lot of them got Jezebel spirits, competitive spirits. Right? You think your family proud of you, but they low-key give you backhanded compliments. Or you did good, but you could have did better. Or I did this, or I did that. When they start talking about their accomplishments, when it's your time to shine, that's when you know that they're jealous of you. But you got to understand, man, when it comes down to business, man, do not do business with your family members. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to regret it. I know a lot of successful people has done that. They was like, man, I'm successful. And you had genuine intention, like, man, I'm trying to put my family on, make sure everybody on payroll, make sure we all eating. But you come to realize, like, man, they're not where you at. They can't handle what God is taking you. They can't handle that lifestyle. They can't handle the situation. They can't handle the money. They can't handle the work ethic. They don't have the discipline, right? Which is connected to high vibrational energy. You could have the most energy in your family, right? Your energy could be really, really high, but if your family members, if they're not on that same frequency, then they're going to end up dragging, right? Slowing the business down, right? Talking to the customers crazy, right? Because they don't want to work. So you got to understand, man, you got to be careful when it comes out of family members. A lot of family members, man, they're just not at your best interest. And you got to accept that. I know it's hard to accept that, but it's just the truth. I'm not saying all your family members, but a lot of family members, trust me, they be talking about you. Right? Especially when they figure out that you're making a lot of money, millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. They start talking about you. Oh, you selfish, they'll say all these different type of stuff. They'll try to castigate you. But you put in the work that they don't want to put in. They got the same 24 hours as you. But they don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to sacrifice and have discipline. Right? They don't want to sacrifice 5 to 10 years of hard work to get to where you at. They don't want to sacrifice their time, right? They don't want to sacrifice their sins. All right? They don't want to sacrifice their bad habits, right? To get to where you at. but they got the same 24 hours as you. You know, but they want to talk about you because they wish that they had the money that you had, but they don't want to do the grinding, right? You stayed up long nights. You got up at 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, studying, 1 o'clock in the morning, working on your craft while they was in bed, right? Sleep and enjoying their sleep, enjoying their peace. But in order for you to get to the next level, you knew for a fact that you would have to sacrifice some of your sleep, right? To get to where you want to be at in life. But your family members, they don't want to do this. So you got to understand, man, doing business with family, man, 9 times out of 10, they're going to try to take over your business or try to overthrow you, right? Or try to feel more entitled to what you giving them. You could be paying them a good salary. You could be making millions a year, right? Millions a year. And you pay them, you could be paying them $10K a year, right? And then after a while, that won't be enough, right? They'll be trying to figure out how much you making. When really you the owner. But you level them up from making 3 to 2K or 5K a month to making 10K a month. And they're thinking now that, since they've been making that 10K a month for so long, they're thinking now they supposed to be making 20K, right? They're trying to get to where you at, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to be careful, man. A lot of family members, they're manipulative. They'll try to manipulate you. They'll try to say you selfish. Excuse me, let them call you whatever they want to call you. But they can't say that you didn't put in the work to get to where you want to be at. This is why it's better to pursue your purpose by yourself. Well, not really by yourself. You and God. Do it. Just you and God. Right? So you don't have to worry about these family members, feeling like you owe somebody. Right? Don't force nobody to support you. Right? If the family want to support you genuinely, let them support you genuinely. But don't force them. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep going to school. Keep pursuing real estate. Keep pursuing digital real estate. Keep it going. Don't allow the devil to come between you and God and what God got planned for your life. You got to understand that, man. A lot of family members, bro, they be your worst enemies. They be your biggest haters. You know what I'm saying? They always pocket watching you, trying to figure out how much you making. Right? Because they're trying to get to where you at so bad. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to use you so bad. When really that's your family. You gotta understand that they may look like you, they may have the same skin color as you, but they're not of you. Right? They got the same, y'all got the same DNA, but they're not of you. It's sad, but it's scary, man, when it comes down to dealing with family members, when it comes down to business. Don't do business with your family members, man. I'm trying to tell you. They'll try to mess up your business when they can't get their way. Like I said, you move them from making 3K a month to making 6-7K a month. They're gonna be thinking that they deserve 12K, 15K. Trying to get to where you at. Trying to get to where your salary is. Or what you making. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Pursue your purpose by yourself, man. Or find your tribe. We all on this planet got a tribe. You got to find your tribe. And you got to be careful about who you trust. Right? Because the Bible talks about how you can't trust no man. If you can't feel like you can't trust nobody, keep pursuing it by yourself. You got it, man. You got it. Just you and God. God gave you the power and God gave you the strength to get it to take off by yourself. So keep doing it. I know you want your family to be a part of it, but a lot of times your family is not at your best interest. They don't be caring. All they care about is how much money they can get for doing less. They want you to spot their narcissism. Right? They want to overthrow you. They want to outdo you financially. You gotta be careful, man. Hope you guys somebody's video. Hope you helped you out. Just coming there. Suck for y'all.